We begin our story on July 4th, 1862, during a 5-mile road trip in England. Author Lewis Carroll was traveling with a friend and their 3 daughters. Thus, Alice and her Wonderland were born, all in the golden afternoon.
All in the golden afternoon, full leisurely we glide, for both our oars with little skill, by little arms are plied, while little hands make vain pretense our wanderings to guide. Ah, cruel, three, in such an hour, beneath such dreamy weather, to beg a tale of breath to weak, to stir the tiniest feather.
Yet one poor voice prevailed against 3 tongues together.
Imperious Prima flashes forth her edict to begin it. In gentler tone, Secunda hopes
there will be nonsense in it.
While Tertia interrupts the tale, not more than once a minute. Anon, to sudden silence one, and fancy they pursue. The dream child moving through a land of wonders wild and new. In friendly chat with bird or beast, and half believe it true. And ever, as the story dreamed, the wells of things are dry, and faintly stroke the weary one, put this up to pride.
The rest next time.
It is next time. The happy voices cry. Thus through the tale of Wonderland, thus slowly one by one, its quaint advance were hammered out, and now the tale is done. And homely steer a merry crew beneath the setting sun. Alice, a child of story take, and with a gentle hand, lit where the childhood's dreams are twined and never even missed again, like pilgrims' withered wreaths of flowers plucked in a far-off land.
Twas brilling, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble and wave, all mimsy were the boar groves and the mome rafts outbrave.
Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that clutch. Beware the jugular bird, and shun the fermious favor snatch.
He took his mortal sword in hand, long time the maxim foe he sought, so rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in upfish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, with eyes of flame, came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker snack. He left it dead, and with its head went the lumping back.
And hast thou made the Jabberwock my son go to my arms, my beamish boy, O Fabergé, Toulouse.
'Twas brilling, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble and wave, all mimsy were the boar groves, and the mome rafts outbrave.
It seems very pretty, but it's rather hard to understand. I don't like to confess that I couldn't make it all out. It only seems to fill my head with ideas, only I don't exactly know what they are. Margaret?
Yes, dear.
Play a game with me.
Not just now, Alice. I'm reading.
Let me see.
You wouldn't like this book, I should think.
It hasn't any pictures. What's the use of a book without pictures or conversation?
Hush, darling. I want to finish.
Margaret,
Yes.
play a... Oh, sorry. I'm hungry.
Look in the picnic basket. There are sugar tarts.
I don't see any.
Look again. I know we didn't eat them all.
There isn't a one. Someone must have taken them.
Don't be such a goose. You've been nibbling at them ever since tea.
I have? Now then, Alice, tell the truth. Did you steal the tarts? Oh, no, sir. I don't think so. If I did, then why am I hungry? Then it was your sister, Margaret. Oh, no, sir. She's reading. Who stole those tarts and took them quite away?
Oh dear, I saw it too late. The hour, oh, so late, too late. My ears and whiskers, will the Duchess be savage?
A rabbit, but a rabbit as tall as I. And it spoke and took a watch out of its pocket. Oh my, it dropped its gloves. I must follow it. have changed during the night. Let me see if I knew all the things I used to. London is the capital of Paris. Paris is the capital of Rome. And Rome is... No, that's all wrong, I'm certain.
Have you found them?
What? Oh, yes, here they are, ma'am.
Oh my dear Paul, sticking in your hand.
Wait, Mrs. Rabbit, where are you going? Curious, sir, curious.
Good day, I'm the Cheshire Cat.
Excuse me? Who are you? I hardly know, sir. Just at the present. At least I knew who I was when I woke up this morning.
What do you mean? Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, sir, because I'm not myself, you see.
I don't see you.
Well, perhaps you haven't found it so yet. When you turn into a chrysalis, and after that into a butterfly, I should think you feel a little odd, won't you?
Not a bit.
Well, perhaps your feelings may be different. All I know is that I feel very odd to me.
You? Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why? Come back. I've something important to say.
Well,
Keep your temper.
is that all?
No. So exactly how do you think you think you're okay? Do you?
Exactly. I'm afraid, sir, I can't remember things I used to, and I
Can't remember what things.
well, I...
Repeat your old, Father William.
You're old, Father Williams, the young man said, and your hair has become very white, and yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right?
That was not supposed to occur at all.
Not quite right, I'm afraid. Some of the words have been altered.
It was wrong from beginning to end.
Well, I can't stand here all day. Now, where has that rabbit got to? Who? Well, the rabbit, of course. Beg your pardon, did you just... Oh, that's nonsense. Flowers can't talk.
Of course flowers can talk, dear. If there's anyone who's talking to, that is.
Or talking about.
I've never seen a flower like you before. Are you a wildflower?
Oh, no, I'm not a wildflower.
Then what type of species, or shall we say genus, are you?
Well, I suppose genus humanus, Alice.
Have you ever seen an Alice with petals like that? Come to think of it, have you ever seen an Alice?
What a peculiar color.
Look at the scrawny stems. I think she's a pretty flower.
But I'm not a flower.
Ha! Just as I suspected, she's nothing more than a weed.
A weed? A weed in my garden?
We don't like weeds.
But I'm not a weed. What a strange place I'm in. I wonder if the rabbits are there.
For the Duchess, an invitation from the Queen to play croquet. From the Queen, an invitation for the Duchess to play croquet.
Why don't they answer?
Answer?
Answer the door.
What's it been asking?
I haven't asked a thing.
I don't know what you mean.
I speak English, don't I? What did it ask you?
Nothing. I've been knocking at it.
Oh, stop it, please stop it.
You shouldn't do that. It'll anger it. See? Leave it alone, and I'll leave you alone.
Please.
Oh, thank you. It's quite painful to be knocked upon.
Please, then how am I to get in?
There might be some... There's no sort of use in knocking, and that's for two reasons. First, I'm on the same side of the door as you are. Secondly, they're making such a noise inside that no one could possibly hear you.
Please, then how am I to get in?
Well, there might be some sense in knocking if we had a door between us. For instance, if you were on the inside, you could knock, and I could let you out, you know?
How am I to get in?
Are you to get in at all? That's the first question, you know. Sometimes I shall sit here on and off for days and days before the door opens.
The way all these creatures argue is enough to drive one crazy. But what am I to do?
Anything you like.
And there's no use to talking to you. You're no help at all.
Very wrong, guys. I've got places to be, you know.
Follow me.
For a second.
once.
Splendid. The Duchess will see you now.
I was following a cat.
Miss Alice will see you then. Oh, and I have an invitation from the Queen addressed to you. Thank you. That will be all.
Please, will you tell me why your cat grins like that?
It's a Cheshire cat, that's why.
I didn't know cats could grin.
They all can, and most of them do.
I don't know of any that do.
You don't know much, and that's a fact. If everyone minded their own business, the world will go around a good deal faster than it does.
Which would not be an advantage. Just think what work it would do to the day and night. The Earth takes 24 hours to turn around exactly. Or was it 12?
Oh, don't bother me. I could never abide figures. I must get ready to play croquet with the Queen.
Cheshire Cat, will you please tell me which way I ought to go from here?
That depends a great deal on where you want to get to.
I don't care where,
But it doesn't matter which way you go.
so long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that. If only you walk long enough.
Oh, peculiar little figures. You don't see and you don't know.
Think for waxworks, you ought to pay, you know. Otherwise, if you think we're alive, you won't speak to us. That's logic.
Well, it's a nice meeting you. Goodbye. You're getting backwards.
The first thing in the business is to say, how do you do and shake hands and shake hands and shake hands. How do you do and shake hands and say your name again? That's manners.
Really? Well, my name's Alice and I'm part of the White Rabbit.
You can't go just yet.
No, the business only just started.
I must be going now. Goodbye.
Would you like to play hide and seek?
We're button who's going to button?
No, thank you.
If you stay long enough, we might have a battle.
That's really kind, but I must be going now.
Why?
Because I'm following the White Rabbit.
Why?
Because I'm curious to know where it's going.
Oh, she's curious.
The oysters were curious too, weren't they?
Ah, you're going after that.
Poor things.
What did happen to the oysters?
Oh, no, you wouldn't be interested.
But I am.
No, it's much too much.
Perhaps I can spare a little time.
You're much too much of a hurry.
Perhaps I can spare a little time.
No. Perhaps another day.
Excuse me, what sort of people live about here?
In that direction lives a hatter, and in that direction lives a March hare. Visit either you'd like. They're both mad.
But I don't want to be among mad people.
Oh, but you can't help that. I'm mad, you're mad, we're all mad here.
How do you know I'm mad?
You must be, or you wouldn't have come here. Do you play croquet with the Queen today?
No, yes, I would like that very much, but I haven't been invited yet.
You'll see me there.
I've seen hatters before. The March hare will be much the more interesting, and perhaps as this is May, they won't be as ready to mad as it was in March.
Did you say something?
And I wish you wouldn't keep appearing and vanishing. You make one quite giddy.
All right.
No room!
There's plenty of room.
Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
That wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
It wasn't very civil to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table and late for more than 3.
Your hair wants cutting.
You should make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why is your raven like a writing desk?
I'm glad you began asking riddles. I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean that you think you can find out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least, I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know?
Not the same thing a bit. You might as well say that I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see.
You might as well say that I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like.
You might as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It's the same thing with you. What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you butter wouldn't suit the works.
It was the best butter.
Yes, but some crumbs must have gotten it as well. You should have put it in with the bread knife.
The best butter, you know.
What a funny watch. It tells us the day of the month is, but not what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch say what year it is?
No, that's because it stays the same year for a much very long time.
Which is just the case of mine.
I don't quite understand.
The dormouse was asleep again.
Of course, just trying to remind myself.
Have you guessed it?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
All right.
You shouldn't waste your time on asking riddles you have no answer to.
If you time as well as I do, you wouldn't be talking about wasting it. It's him.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't. I dare say you never even spoke the time.
I have to beat time when I learn music.
That counts for it. Quote, stand me. And I've only kept on good terms with you. You can do almost anything you like. For instance, suppose we're 9 o'clock in the morning, just time to begin lessons.
You only have to whisper it, hint of time, and round goes the clock in a twinkling. 1:30, time for dinner.
But I wouldn't be hungry.
Not at first, perhaps, but you can keep it to 1:30 as long as you like.
Is that the way you manage?
Not I. We quarreled last March, just before he went mad, you know. It was a great concert given by the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Bat, how I wonder where you're at. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Well, I'd hardly finished the first verse when the Queen jumped up and bawled out, he's murdering time off with his head. And ever since that, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock now. It's always tea time, and with no time to wash things in between.
So you keep moving around, I suppose.
Exactly so, as things freeze up.
What happens when you come back to the beginning again?
Suppose we change the subject. I'm getting tired of this. I bet the young lady tells us a story.
But I don't know one.
Then the dormouse shall.
Wake up, dormouse!
I wasn't asleep. I heard every word you were saying.
Tell us a story.
Yes, please do.
And be quick about it, or you'll be asleep again before it's done.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters, and they lived at the bottom of a well.
What did they live on? They couldn't have. They would have been ill.
So they were very ill.
But why did they live at the bottom of a well?
Take some more tea.
I can't take more because I haven't had any yet.
You mean you can't take less? It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Who's making personal remarks now?
I don't quite understand. Why did they live at the bottom of a well?
It was a treacle well.
There's no such thing.
If you can't be civil, then you're better off finish the story for yourself.
I'm sorry. Please keep going. I might say there might be one treacle well.
One indeed. And so these 3 little sisters, they were learning to draw, you know.
What did they draw?
Treacle.
They couldn't have. They were in the well.
Of course they were, well in. They were learning to draw, and they drew all manners of things. Everything that begins with an M.
Why with an N?
Why not?
Such as mousetraps and the moon and memory and muchness. You know, you say things are much and muchness, but did you ever see such a drawing of muchness?
I don't understand.
They shouldn't talk.
At any rate, I'll never go there again. That was the strangest tour I've ever been at. I don't know what to do now. I don't know which way to go. That's very curious, but everyone is curious today. Look out now, Five. I couldn't help it. I couldn't talk my help out.
That's right, Five. Always lay your blame on others.
You better not talk. I heard the Queen say only yesterday it's still to be beheaded.
What for? That's none of your business, too.
Yes, it is her business, and I'll tell her. It's for reading the cooked pigs instead of onions.
Well, of all the unjust things.
Would you tell me why you're painting those roses?
Why, the fact is, you see, Miss, this year ought to have been a red rose tree. You put a white one in by mistake. If the Queen was to find out, we should all have our heads cut off, you know? So you see, Miss, we're doing our best before she comes too.
The Queen, the Queen!
Who's this? Fool.
My name is Alice, if you please, Your Majesty.
Who are these?
How should I know? It's none of my business.
Off with your head!
Nonsense.
Silence, fool.
Consider, my dear, he's only a child.
Get up. Leave off that. You make me giddy. What have you been doing?
May it please your majesty, we were trying.
I see. Off with your head!
As you please, Your Majesty.
You shan't be beheaded.
Are the heads off?
Their heads are gone, if it pleases Your Majesty.
That's right. Do you play croquet?
Yes.
Very good then.
Oh, there you are.
It's a fine day.
Very. Where's the Duchess?
She's hush, she's under the sentence of execution.
What for?
Did you say what a pity?
No, I didn't. I don't think it's a thing at all. I said what for.
She blocks the Queen's ears. Oh, shush, she didn't hear you. You see, she came over late and the Queen said,
Get your places. Here's this little lady a flamingo.
A flamingo? Isn't that a bird? What's it for?
your mallets, of course.
And your croquet ball. Can you tell how one?
Yes, of course. I mean, she can't.
Silence, fool.
Watch your hedgehog. She's unwilling herself.
Oh, yes. Oh, I missed. The hedgehog moved.
No second chances. It's my husband's plan. Well then, I shall say that. I've been last soldiers. I must laugh.
Oh, it's a Cheshire cat. Now that's what it's up to.
How are you getting on?
I don't think they fit fairly, and they quarrel so dreadfully that one can't cancel. And they don't seem to be any real they aren't no one types.
How do you like the Queen?
Not at all. She's extremely likely to win. It's not even a she game.
Who are you talking to?
It's a friend of mine, the treasure cat. Allow me to introduce you.
I don't like the look of it at all. If I kiss my hand if you like.
I'd rather not.
Don't be imperative. Don't look at me like that.
A cat may look a king. I read that in some book, but I can't remember the name.
Well, it must be removed. My dear, I wish the cat had been removed. Off of the head! I'll fix the executor myself.
Wait, you can't cut off a head unless there is a body to cut it off from.
Anything that has a head can't eat the head. Well, if something is done about it in less than no time, almost everyone executed.
It belongs to Duchess. You better ask her about it.
She's in prison. Fetch her here. Play on.
Time to go. Be seeing you soon.
You can't think how glad I'm to see you, Dolphin. I'm doubtful about the touch of your flamingo.
My body.
Very true. Flamingos and mustard both fine.
Ah, but mustard is a vegetable. It doesn't seem like one, but it is.
I quite agree with you. And the moral of that is, never imagine yourself to be otherwise than what it might appear to others that you might have been.
I should understand that better if I had written it down. I can't quite follow as you say it.
You again, eh?
I'm right to think.
Just as much right as piece of the flying bomb.
Now I give you fair warning. Either you or your pet must be off, and not in about half no time. Take your choice. Let's go on to the game. Wait. Have you been to Mock Turtle yet?
No, I don't even know what a mock turtle is.
It's the thing Mock Turtle soup is made from.
I never heard or saw one.
Here, Griffin! Come here, I say! Lazy thing. Take this young lady to see the Mock Turtle. I must go back and see after some execution time order.
What fun.
What is the fun?
It's all in the fancy. They never execute anyone, you know? Come on.
I've never been so ordered around in my life. What's her sorrow?
She hasn't got any sorrow, you know? Come on. This young lady right here wants to know your history.
I'll tell it to her. Sit down, both of you, and don't speak a word till I finish.
I don't see how she can ever finish if she doesn't begin.
Once, I was a real turtle.
Thank you for your interesting story, ma'am.
When we were little, we went to school by the sea. Our master was an old turtle. We called him Tortoise.
Why would you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us. Really, we're very dull.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself for asking such a simple question.
How many hours a day did you do your lessons?
10 hours the first day, 9 the next, and so on. That's the reason they're called lessons, because they lesson from day to day.
The 11th must have been a holiday.
Of course it was.
And how about the 12th?
You have no idea what a delightful thing a lobster quadrille is.
No, indeed. What sort of dance is it?
First you form a line along the seashore.
2 lines, come, let's try the first figure.
Oh, you sing? I forgot the words.
But first, may I ask, please?
Time for the lobster quadrille.
The trial's beginning.
Listen! Come on!
The trial's beginning.
I wish they finished up and handed around the refreshments.
A trial of the king and queen trial of the king and queen of hearts is now in session.
The king is the judge, and that's the jury box.
Silence in the court. Now, read the accusation.
The Queen of Hearts made some tarts on a summer's day. The knave of hearts he stole his tarts and took the queen away.
Consider your verdict.
My dad, there's a great deal before that.
Call the first witness.
Majesty.
Give your evidence.
I have nothing.
Your Majesty must cross-examine this witness.
Well, if I must. What are the tarts made of?
Pepper mostly.
Pepper leafly. Mostly, leafly, mostly.
But mine are pepper tarts. Just see, I brought some here with me.
Shoot. What happened? How dare she? How dare she? Off with her head!
The Duchess is gone. Disappeared.
Never mind that. Just go on. No, go on with the trial. Call the next witness.
I beg pardon, Your Majesties, for bringing these in, but I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was sent for.
You oughta. When did you start?
14th of March, I think it was.
15, 16.
Take off your hat.
It isn't mine.
Stolen.
I keep it so. I'm not of my own. I'm a hatter.
Give your evidence, and don't be afraid or I'll have you executed on the spot.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesties, and I hadn't begun my tea. Not above a week or so, and with the bread and the butter getting so thin and the twinkling of the tea.
The twinkling of the what?
It began with the tea.
Yes, twinkling such as a tea. What are you taking for? A dunce? Go on.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesties, and most things twinkled after that. Only the March Hare said,
I did it.
"You did." Well, at any rate, the Dormouse said. After that, I cut some more bread and butter.
What did the Dormouse say?
That I can't remember.
You must remember. Well, how do you execute it?
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty.
You may step down. Make up. And just take his head up outside. Call the next witness.
The court calls the Dormouse.
Give your evidence.
No. Your Majesty must cross-examine this witness.
Well, if I must. What are the tarts made of?
Twinkle.
Call that Dormouse! Behead that Dormouse! Turn that Dormouse out of court! Call the next witness. Really clear, you must prosecute the next one. Make my head ache.
Alice.
Here.
What do you know about this business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatsoever?
Nothing whatsoever.
That's very important.
Under the course, Your Majesty leaves the course.
Of course. Sam, consider your verdict.
There's more evidence coming up, please, Your Majesty. This letter has just been delivered.
What's in it?
I haven't opened it yet, but it seems to be a letter written by the prisoner to somebody.
Well, it must have been that, unless it was written to nobody, which isn't usually now. Who was it directed to?
It isn't directed at all. In fact, it's no letter at all. It's a set of verses.
Please, Your Majesty, I didn't write it, and they can't provide me. There's no name subject.
Well, you must have meant some mission, or else you would have signed your name as an honest name. That proves his guilt! Read it.
Where shall I begin, please, Your Majesty?
Begin at the beginning, then go to the end, then stop.
Then let him know she liked him the best, for this must ever be a secret kept from all the rest between yourself and me.
That's the most important piece of evidence we've had yet. Let the jury consider their verdict.
If anyone can explain it, I'll give him 6 pence. There's an added meaning.
Let the jury consider their verdict. No, sentence first, verdict afterward.
Stuff and nonsense. The idea of the sentence first?
Hold your tongue.
I won't.
Off of the head!
Who cares? They're nothing but a pack of cards.
Pack of cards! Pack of cards!
Margaret!
Have a good night, dear. Why,
Oh, I had a furious adventure, Margaret. I chased away Rabbit and shared tea with the Mad Hatter. I did. Oh, and the monster was never stopped sobbing unless it was to do the lobster quadrille with the queen. And the queen, she threatened to behead us. She wished to behead us all.
You've been sleeping and dreaming.
Dreaming, but it seems so real.
Dreams often do.
A dream?